A very good morning to you, and thank you so much for joining us today right here on Kirk Morning, the 28th day of March. It is indeed a beautiful day that we thank God for. I hope you are keeping well and staying safe wherever you are watching us from. Do interact with us on our social media pages, that is Kirk TV Kenya on Facebook and YouTube. Let us know where you are watching us from, as well as if you're indeed safe. We know, of course, yesterday we witnessed a bit of, what can I say, rowdiness here and there in our country and violence in some areas as well. So let us know if you are safe. Just check in with us. We'd like to find out. My name is Faith Kaulu, so do stay with us till the end of this program, a very interactive program I'd like us to have today, even as we have a look at life after prison. And to have this discussion with me this morning is Evangelist Daniel Kihara Kingori. Thank you so much for being here, a minister with Naivasha GK Prisons. Karibu sana.
Thank you. I am privileged to be in Kirk TV today.
Yeah.
And I thank God because of this opportunity.
Sure.
Thank you.
All right. And at the very far end is Samuel Kahiga Gadhiru, an ex-convict. Karibu sana, Samuel.
And thank you for being in this place. It's not just an occasion.
Yeah.
It's a God-given privilege today.
Sure.
To be here so that we can talk and we know each other and we know where we should be.
Now, even we're grateful that you are willing to share your story with us.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you.
Daniel, I understand you work with ex-convicts, helping reintegrating them back into the society. Perhaps you could tell us more about that.
Okay, I work, I serve at Naivasha GK Prison, and GK Prison has 3 prisons within the prison facility. There is Naivasha Maximum Security Prison, there is Naivasha Medium Prison, and there is Naivasha Women Prison. I started working there in 2016, and assistant from Loresho PCA. I want to say thank you to Loresho PCA for giving me a chance to serve the Lord in his vineyard at Naivasha GK Prison. I am like a missionary to that outreach, and I thank God. And Loresho PCA has been very great, very vigorous as we work with them through TE program. Actually, they have sponsored 3 classes, 70, 70, 70. So 210 graduate.
Wow.
And we are planning to launch another class very soon. And we thank God for that.
Right.
And after they have studied, we reintegrate them back to the society. Because life in prison is very difficult because you are excluded with your family members from the time you are arrested until the time you come out. And there is 2 types of reintegration. One is when we have a date of the person. Like on Thursday, we are going to reintegrate one of the person at Gashagi, who has served for 5 years. We have that date already that he is coming out. But the other one is home welcoming, where there are people who are jailed life or death sentences, and they don't have the date. So when they appeal or petition their cases and they had, and through prayers they are released, we follow them for home welcoming.
All right. And how has the experience been?
The experience, it is amazing because the inmate is willing to be taken home. We never take somebody home if we have not asked him whether or she is willing to go home with us. But they were excited. At the many of them, like that duration of time, we have reintegrated 20 men and women back to the society, and we have home welcomed 5 of them to their churches and to their families.
Wow, beautiful. Samuel, we're here today because of you.
Thank you.
Take us back to 31 years ago, because I understand you've been in jail for 31 years. I can't imagine how it has been, but I'd like us to start 31 years ago. What happened?
Okay, that's good. I'm Samuel Kaiga, and I'm saved. Okay, let me start my journey. I was born like other children. I was brought up in a God-fearing family. Those who are Catholic, they were Catholics. So I was brought up in that religion. And in fact, let me say my parents were God-fearing, although they are late now. And after being brought up, I went to school. I was born at Nyandarua County, Marewa sub-location. I was brought up there. I went to school there from nursery to primary to standard 7 by then. CPE I did back in 1982, 1981, 1982. So I passed. I went to secondary school just within Nyandarua County, Wajohi Secondary School. I finished back 1985. 86, I left home. I didn't hustle for a long time. I just finished school. Then I went somewhere I could have some money. So even by the time the results were out, I was still working somehow casually. And I praise God because I didn't hustle. Okay, now after working for some times, for a period, I started interacting with the different people, cultures, and by then I went to Kisumu. I was working at Kisumu, and in that section, in fact, we were doing in a scrap metal, with a scrap metal dealer. So I interacted with the different people, and by interacting with the different people, that's where I started seeing my character started changing. So at long last, I decided to be cooking soup for people as a side hustle. To be cooking soup. There I added some friends, but the friends I added, they were not very straightforward friends. I could see them come, they buy soup, they buy breads, such things. So, and I couldn't see them hustling so much. So one day they approached me. They asked me to give them some money so that they can lash somewhere, and then they shall divide the money with some interest. I did it for the first time. The second time they came, and the relationship was very close by then. One day they came, they had no petrol in their vehicle, and the vehicle they wanted to go with. So they asked me to give them 800 shillings. They filled their tank, then they referred it as 1,500. So an addition of 700. I decided to give them because I have been giving them. But that time, something else came. They said, we are less one person. Why don't we just go, and the amount we are adding you will be a bit bigger. So I decided, after telling me where we are going and how we are going to do it, I saw it is very simple.
What were you going to do?
You are going for, it was a robbery. But by then, you see now, they are not considering it a robbery. They are saying we are going somewhere for a job. So the way they narrated the job, I saw it's very easy. So I decided to go with them. And I went with them. But unfortunately, the money you are targeting, already the Indian man had taken that money to mosque about 15 minutes earlier. So by the time we arrived, he was coming back from mosque. So it was a misfortune. Let me say it was a misfortune, but at long last, it came to be a blessing to me. Okay, what happened then? We decided to transact the whole house for the money, but we didn't find any money. So he told us, if you want money, we can just go with him to the mosque, then he's going to give us that money there. Now, where the mosque is, it's somehow secured, so we couldn't go there. We decided to take his vehicle and some other variables in the house. So now you see, we were to take that money and just be within Kisumu. Now we have taken a vehicle of which we don't have our premises where we can keep it for safe custody. So we decided once. One man said in their area, Bungoma, we can have somewhere to keep the vehicle, and later it will be taken on the other side of Uganda for sale.
Okay.
And we decided to go, and we went through the whole night to Bungoma. We left that vehicle there with one of our friends there. Now the friend, after being left behind, stayed for the first day, second day. That day, he started moving with that vehicle within the area. Although already we had taken of the real number plate, it had a fake number plate, had written. It was a Saroni vehicle. So, in fact, he couldn't have done the matatu with it. But at least because it is very interior, he just used it for 2 days. But the first day, he met policemen. But the police, because of the condition of the vehicle, they didn't suspect something. The second day they saw the vehicle, they suspected, how can this vehicle, it's not very old, it's new. How can it be doing a matatu within this area?
Yeah.
And it's a Saroni car. Okay. That day, they stopped him. In fact, we had scrapped everything. Insurance, road license of the vehicle. So it had no stickers. So when he was stopped, he stopped and he was urged to give out his driving license. He had nothing. The vehicle itself had a lot of problems. The number plates were had written. The stickers, it has no stickers. So he was told, now you see, you don't have driving license. The vehicle has no road license, has no any insurance. So you have a lot of problems with this vehicle.
Yeah.
So what we are going to do, we are suspecting the vehicle to have been stolen somewhere.
Okay.
So he decided to give them some money, but they refused. He was told to, now you must drive this vehicle to the police station. Now you are under arrest. Now after being taken to police station, you see this is that day, he never hesitated. He came with those police officers to Kisumu, and he picked us, about 4 of us. We were 6.
Okay.
But he managed to pick 4. One escaped. So that's how we were caught. This was 1991, August. Now the problem started. The problem started because after being followed, the complainant, the Indian man, came and said the vehicle is his and how it was taken. So the charge was to be robbery with violence, stroke 2, which its penalty is death sentence. And we were charged. The case took a very short time, 6 months, it was over. So 1992, March 9, I was convicted, or we were convicted, me and the person we had left the vehicle
Yeah.
to. you are convicted to death sentence. And by then you are casing at Kisumu or low court. Now by then, those convicted to death sentence were being sent to committee for other procedures. So you were taken. We didn't take 2 days. And I think 2 days. That day you were transported to committee. That's where I managed to launch my first appeal, and it was dismissed. Second appeal came back in 1997, 96. It was lodged on 1996, and it was also dismissed by 98 September. It was dismissed. So I had remained with one petition to the president, and I petitioned. By then it was Daniel Arap Moi. It didn't go through. He left me behind. But I thank God, because that coming in government, God used it to give us to substitute the death sentence to life sentence.
Okay.
That was back in 2002. 2002, March, I was, the death sentence was commuted to life sentence. I have been in life sentence from 2002 to 2016. That's last to 2022. Last year, that's when I was released. And I was released in a miraculous way, because this I says to God, because already I had finished my appeals, and according to our constitution, Kenya Court of Appeal by then was the last court, and there could be no chance of you going back to court. So somebody petitioned a case in constitutional court, somebody who was convicted to death sentence. Now he was opposing the death sentence, and the judges in their ruling said the death sentence in Kenya, and especially for those robberies, those who have done robbery, is unconstitutional. So that channel, just to be unconstitutional, gave us hope. Because those who are convicted in robbery or in murder, they had to go back to court because the sentence was unconstitutional. And that's what happened. So many people petitioned, I being one, although I came to agree with that thing very late. In fact, I could have come out on maybe by 2021, 2020 there. But because I was denying that thing, because I was trusting God in some other things. So that's how I came out. I petitioned that petition, and in fact he participated. Evangelist King'ori participated a very great role, because he was the one who was transporting the appeals from prison to my people, from prison to court. So he participated, and I thank God for him, because he used him. After the petition was heard, it was heard in High Court, the judge had nothing to say, because already after being in prison and after having been in life sentence, when you are in Kodem, you are not supposed to do any work. You are supposed to be indoors. Even eating, you are just there. And in case there is need, you can be given 5 minutes to go for shine. Then you come back. But immediately you are in life sentence. In life sentence, you are given some options. You can either take to be in different sections, those vocational works.
Yeah.
So in prison there is tailoring, there is carpentry, there welding. So after being in life sentence, I took carpentry, and I have been there. I specialized in carpentry. So my documents, the documents which were needed by the judge, were the vocational trade tests, if you have any church documents or recommendations of the government, then any courses done, the theologian courses, of which I, being one of the pioneer classes of TE in Presbyterian, I had one, and it helped me, and it is still helping me, even in the counseling sessions as we are continuing. So I had some documents, and the judge had some questions to the state council. Although the state council was still saying I should not be given that chance to be with people, because even by the time I was appearing, by the time I was in court, I didn't show any remorsefulness. But the judge had this one question: why do we take people to prison? So he was unable to answer. Although the judge told him, okay, let me answer for you. I'm glad that Samuel is here. That 1 year in prison, and he has brought trade test in carpentry. He has brought theological diplomas and certificates. And he has declared to go and tell others that crime does not pay. So I see on my side that what we do to those convicted people, taking them to prison, he has qualified, because he has proved that he can now be given that chance, because already he has a trade test. He can work. He has the church documents, diplomas and certificates. He can teach, and also he has declared and he has testified to be one of the ambassadors of let's go out of law and let's abide by the law. So he had nothing to say. He just said, Samuel, that 1 year you have stayed in prison, on my side, I see it. Enough for you. Go back. Be a good citizen. Stay as you have said. And that's how I came out.
Okay. Wow. Before bringing Daniel, I'd like to ask you something. The crime that led you to be put in jail, was it the very first crime you ever participated in?
Let me say, it was the first. It was the first.
And by
the
then,
very, very first. Although I had interacted with them in other forms. Maybe buying what the stolen goods and then selling. But to be in the scene was my very first. Was my very first.
Were you married by then?
No, I was not married. I had nothing.
So when you went to jail, you went to jail as someone?
As someone. With my everything.
With everything. I see with the ring, we'll get to that later and tell us that story. But let me bring in now Evangelist Daniel here, because Samuel has mentioned you very well in his story, just to show the big role you play. I'd like you to tell us why it's important, this program that you run, and even helping ex-convicts, reintegrating them back into the society. Why is that a very key role to play?
Okay, thank you so much. It is a key role to play that being in custody, you lack freedom, first of all.
Yeah.
There is no freedom for anything. It is just controlled time. And when somebody is there, they lack hope. And we are there like ambassadors of hope. When the visitors come, when we are there, we are actually the hope they see daily. And for the case of our brother Kahiga, because we have worked with him, he actually also lost his father and his mother.
While still in prison.
Yeah. May they soul rest in eternal peace. I was the one who was going to start kwa niaba ya Kahiga to lead the tribute, both for dad and both for mom. When you walk with somebody, you are not walking like people say that wakora.
Yeah.
No, you are walking like him, like a brother. You are walking like with him like a sister, so that we can engage him and the family. Even the time of petition, when the petition came, that door God opened. He was waiting for Power of Mercy. There is a commission called Power of Mercy that sit in, allow the president to guide him whether to release some of these people who are overstayed in a prison. But that door was still closed even now. If he was to wait to the Power of Mercy, I was telling him
He'd still be in.
he will be in. But now God opened that petition, and when he petitioned, we actually walked with him. I used the teachers, those carpenter teachers, to talk with him, because he was saying, I want to Power of Mercy. I brought the people there to see him purposely, to come and talk to him, to accept, to like the petition. But God is good, because at long last he used one of the chaplain, who is my colleague, Lefet Terrell, and they threw him after Corona. Actually, when the Corona was so vigorous, but when he accepted to light, we were so amazed, because we continue praying with the people, and also with the inmate and the group of the church where he fellowship. So it is a good thing to face it. It is like when Jesus saying that I was in prison and you never came to face it to me, or you came to face it thing. It is a real thing, because that people, those people who are in prison, they lack freedom. There is no hope for them. They have been branded names, so they feel that they are unwanted to the society. But for us to be involved in that ministry, it gives them hope and joy. And they have somebody who can trust it, that he can send me to their home and do some that tribute for him. And actually I did it for those 2 times. Yes.
Let me talk to Samuel, because he mentioned he was one of the first pioneers of the program. What led you to decide or to choose to enroll in this program?
Let me say, after a long stay in prison, I was very bitter after being caught, and especially my co-accused, because of his conduct of bringing the police to me. So I had been very bitter since 1991, 92, 93, 94, 95, 96, 97, 98. That bitterness left. How? That's when I started conversing inside myself.
Okay.
I started seeing my inside now. And I heard the voice of God. And in fact, I decided to be saved. After being saved and accepting Jesus, that bitterness left. And in fact, the person who was very close to me from that time was my co-accused. He was from Bungoma. He is late. Even he was released before me. Okay. He was released by power of mercy back 2014. But later he died. Okay. You are...
We was...
Okay. I was very bitter. And after the call, and after answering the call, accepting Jesus, I started being thirsty of the Word of God. So inside there, I had done some correspondences, but this was very different from the others, because we had some teachers who were coming, him being one, and in fact it was somehow deeper than what I had seen in the correspondences. So my mind started opening up now, and it started opening my eyes, and in fact it was very good. I saw how the church history has been and where we are now. So it has broadened my mind. Theologically, it has broadened my mind.
Okay.
It has broadened my mind. Even I'm on a choice to continue, because I was in diploma. I want to choose the higher diploma. Now as I'm free.
Okay. So you can say there was a difference before giving your life to Christ, before even joining the program, and after. Okay.
It has helped me so much. It has helped me.
Okay. Let me take you back to, because there's something you mentioned about bitterness. It has reminded me when you told us how, is it your friend or your partner reported you to the police, which led to now you being sentenced. The time when you had your sentencing, and it hit you that you'll be in prison for probably forever.
But not
how
to be
did you feel?
in prison, remember?
In jail.
Not to be in prison, but I was to be hanged.
To be hanged, okay. Okay.
That was my conviction. The sentence was lead that. I was to be hanged.
Wow, how did you feel?
Yeah, it was something strange. Although, you see, it sounds, maybe I have not heard what the judge has said, but later, because even after being sentenced, the way they handle you, the prison warders handle you, by then it's very different, because we are going to be handcuffed with a soldier on one side, the other side there is a soldier, then in between the handcuffs, there's a chain, there's a soldier also
holding the chain,
holding you plus the soldier. So you see, that thing will scare you, even to an extent. In fact, let me see, I stayed almost 3 weeks without eating. But after now coming out of Kodiaga, then to Kamete. So at Kamete, now you stay with many people, even some. In fact, even the house I went, the cell I was given, I met 2 men, and they were saying on my side, I have witnessed, because one of my cellmate was sleeping where you are sleeping, and he was taken around 3 a.m. That's when he was hanged. So there are those who had witnessed, and even they were giving me hope. They were saying, "You just eat. You are not dying tomorrow or the day after tomorrow. Eat and forget about the sentence, because you have an appeal in Kenya, in High Court, and also an appeal in Kenya Court. So don't be worried. You just eat." So after a while, I started coping in with the situation.
Okay.
Even there, you can just hear them saying, "I'm still meaning to go and have some maybe 2 robberies." Then I stop. You see, they are still planning, even when they are there. Those who have not changed their mind, they are still planning. Even some are planning. My co-accused, if we are going to be released today, my co-accused won't reach their home, or nyumbani. I'll kill him, by the way. So it's that bitterness. Also, I had that bitterness.
And by then, after now you are sent to prison, what is the reaction from your family members? What did they tell you? How did they treat you?
Let me say, because of my my family members and friends, there are even some, even today, don't believe I had gone to
prison,
to the robbery.
Because they had known me from my childhood. There are those who don't even agree. Did you go really? Yes, I do tell them, yes, I went. No. They can't believe. So they didn't. They had they had that feelings of somehow I didn't go, and they were very cooperative. Even from the day one when they heard that I am in prison. Now, in fact, I had tried to hide the issue to them. In fact, even there, I think they came to realize that I'm in prison when I was going for judgment. That's when they, what happened? So, and from that day, they have been very cooperative. They never left me. Even today, they have never left me. So I have reasons to glorify God for that, and to say salute for them.
All right. Evangelist Daniel Kihara, we're talking about this program that Samuel tells us really changed his life and his perspective even in jail. Maybe take us through what it is you teach them, or how you work with them. What does the program entail?
Okay. The program entails many program in one segment, because there is those coordinating team. That is the part that in Naivasha prison, because there is the T department has a national T coordinator, but specifically in Naivasha prison, I am coordinating the T program, asking the Kikuyu to send material, and taking the material to prison, and also overseeing the group that they have done the necessary work that they are supposed to do, and to do exam weekly. And we thank PCA Relation. They have done a wonderful job. I told you that the other class that we are about to start is for the class of 70 people, each one, and the other program is reintegration. But the church, PCL Relation Parish, facilitate when the person is so close to go out from the prison. We take him literally back home. Like Kahiga here, we took him back to PCA Malewa, because he was initially a PCA person. The other one is reconciliation. We did reconciliation for maybe the inmate could have the accused. And that accused, like Kahiga, he is the one who spotted him, not the knowledge of police officers. So we can bring them together and talk, and they release themselves, and they say, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Or when if the person has wronged the family, maybe he has killed the brother or sister, we bring the family inside the prison to reconcile these people, because they belong to the family. And the other one is preaching and teaching the word of God. Every Saturday, Sunday, every Sunday. We have 2 days of worship in prison, especially in Naivasha maximum security prison. So the program that my friend Kahiga went through, it is a T program which has 8 books from New Testament up to preaching, where we walk with them daily. Every Wednesday, their afternoon, there is nothing else. And also talking them the issues that they are disturbing them. You can hear that my brother has gone to be with the Lord. That is the time we are going to minister to that person. We will continue with learning, but we will take that as our prayer item, and also to engage him and the family, so that we can see how we can assist. So the PCA Lolesho Parish has sent me like an ambassador. And also there is another program that we use, and Kahiga can bear me witness. There is a Prison Sunday. The Prison Sunday is where the chaplain and the inmate, then today is the ex-convict. We could come from Naivasha prison, given a car by the officer in charge, and also some staff. We go to worship with them at Lolesho. We call it Prison Sunday. We observe every July, the first Sunday of July at Lolesho. So last year Kahiga was the one who was preaching at Lolesho, because he was already released, and he was giving the testimony. So it is a whole holistic approach of the prison ministry. It is not going preaching and giving toilet paper and the soap, then you
and
go
leaving.
Hit and run ministry. But but in this case, we work together with the prison chaplain and also the Lolesho, because of the resources. I salute Reverend Kalaja, Edward Kalaja, and the many ministers that we have. They have made this prison ministry at Lolesho to grow this far. Because when they gave me the permission to go at the start, I also went to prison headquarters, and they gave me a permit that I can go to Naivasha Women, Naivasha Medium, and Naivasha Maximum, where we can have holistic ministry to this dear one. Yeah.
Beautiful. Just to ask, do you work only with members of PCA or any convicted person?
We work with every convicted prison.
Okay.
Because in prison also there is four chaplains. There is SDA, our brother from Catholics, our brothers from Muslim, and we were at the Protestant. Now I am in Protestant, because that is how when we bring the PCA material, the TE material, they are our priority.
Okay.
The others, they have their own teaching, and if they are willing to come to the program, we also join.
They are
them.
welcome.
Yeah. Okay. But because of conflict of interest, we decide that let the Catholic chaplain do their work, let the Muslim brother do their work, and the SDA do their work.
Okay.
But when they call us, or they call me, we go there full force. Like few, we were like last Thursday we were with Father, because there was a Catholic faithful who is going to be released on April 6th, and there is some issue. Okay. So he called me and he told me, you are the man who know this thing. Can you assist us?
Yeah.
And we get to assist.
Okay.
Yeah.
Beautiful. All right, we are taking a very short break, but do not go too far, because this conversation, life after prison, will return after this very short break. So keep it Kirk Mid-Morning. Sambu.
John Maxwell once said, a reader is the one who knows the way, goes the way, and shows the way. Simply put, readership is all about vision and influence. Join me, Robert Waihenya Goge, the Secretary General of the Presbyterian Church of East Africa, every first Monday of the month from 8 p.m. as we microscopically look at the reality, specificity, and simplicity of leadership only on Kirk TV. Specificity.
Uongozini, a show by the leader, for the leader.
Greetings to all of you who watch Kirk TV programs. I said you Christian love and peace from all the Kirk family and the entire ministry. Since God gave us this Kirk TV, which is a very competent means of reaching people in and outside Kenya, Kirk TV is undoubtedly giving good and effective services to many people wherever our signal reaches. It is evident that God is at work through Kirk TV. We therefore need your loving support through your continuous prayers. We also appeal passionately for your generous financial support to help us be on air as the Lord will require us to do and to be. Please plan to give regularly. Please give occasionally, or you can begin to give a one-time gift. The scripture is right that you will be made rich in every way so that you can be generous on every occasion, and your generosity will result in thanksgiving to God. Please respond to this genuine, urgent appeal. Kindly be a Kirk TV partner. May God bless you abundantly as we join hands to do this good work.
To partner with us, send your financial support to paybill number 4019613, account partner. Paybill number 4019613, account partner.
Points as to why we need partners. Number one, it is because partnership and partnering is biblical. That is the model of mission which is demonstrated in the Bible. That even Jesus Christ had to partner with the 12, and then he commissioned them so that they may partner with the rest of the world. That is point number one. Point number two is so that you become part of this great mission. So we partner so that we become part of the mission. Without partnering, you cannot be part of the mission. One of the values in the Presbyterian Church of East Africa is that nobody in the mission should be a spectator. Come so that you become part of us, we do mission together. How do you do it? Become a partner of Kirk TV. Number three, we partner so that you may tap the blessings of the mission. So once you partner, as we continue to evangelize, we reach those people who are unreached, you become or you tap part of the blessings you get through partnership. And that is very important for everybody to come so that we can join together as we tap the blessings of doing mission together. Finally, it is because we need to expand together. Kirk TV is expanding. Kirk TV is growing, and that is why we see the viewership growing every day. So partner with us so that we can expand together.
To partner with us, send your financial support to paybill number 4019613, account partner. Paybill number 4019613, account partner. All right, welcome back, and thank you so much for keeping it right here, Kirk Mid Morning, this day, even as we talk about life after prison. In studio with me is Samuel Kahiga Gadhiru, an ex-convict who has been in jail for 31 years, and evangelist Daniel Kihara Kingori, who works with the PCA and is a minister at Naivasha GK prisons. Gentlemen, let me start with you, Samuel. When you realized you were going to get out, I mean, after, you have umeongelesha mind yako, umejiambia mimi I'll be here for a long time. And then after all this journey, appealing and all that, finally something comes through and you realize sasa nitatoka. Tell us. Ulikuwa unahisi aje?
Let me first say, because of that change in spiritually and mind-wise, in fact, let me say, I was prepared.
Okay.
Even without knowing my day, I was prepared. Psychologically, I was prepared.
Wow.
Through the chaplaincy and also through the faith I had. I knew one day, one time I will not die in prison.
Yeah.
And I was expecting. Now, it had been a proverb in prison, and especially in Naivasha, before I came out. I could encourage people, especially those who are coming, those who are new admission.
Yeah.
So maybe somebody has been convicted to death. Now, by comforting him, or maybe somebody sentenced to life sentence, as part of encouraging them or to comfort them, I would give my testimony.
Okay.
But now the testimony, instead of comforting them or encouraging them, to an extent it was breaking their hearts.
Why?
Because that 1 year, I'm just 2 days old. We lied each there.
Yeah.
So you see, so on my side, I was very prepared. And one thing helped me to know there is God, and He is able and He can do anything,
Wow.
anytime.
Yeah.
In prison, that one thing that helped me was, I am convicted today and I'm going home today. One day, having two things, being convicted today and living today. I'm in bondage today, I'm free today.
Yeah.
So this thing helped me a lot,
Okay.
because now I could not count yesterday, I can't count it tomorrow. So I'm counting today. And if today goes, then I know it's gone.
Yeah.
So I wait for another today. I'm not waiting tomorrow. I'm
Yeah.
waiting for another today.
Today. Wow.
So that helped me
Yeah.
very much, very much.
And how was the experience? Because 31 years is not a short time.
It's not a
You know,
short-
we're not talking about 1 week. We're not even talking about 2 years.
Yeah.
But 31 years, you kept strong. How was the experience for you?
Let me say, from 1991 to 98, that portion was very hard for me. It was very hard for me. And instead of being changed, I was being hardened. Not prisoners, not soldiers. I was very bitter. And if I could have gone a free man in between 91 and 98, I could be a very bad man.
Okay.
Maybe a terrorist. Let me say a terrorist. But God is great. Life was very hard, 91 to 98. But after knowing Jesus, then things started changing. Things started changing. Even my people, I had disturbed them very much. They were coming oftenly. There are those who are here at Nairobi. And in fact, there are those who are, they were very close. Even right now, they are just there. They are within the borders of prison, Kahawa West. So they could come weekly. And by then, I was a smoker. I was smoking cigarettes. So I could disturb them very much.
Okay.
But after having Christ in me, they could come, what do you need now? I could just answer very simple. I need nothing right now, just your prayers. And this thing has helped them, because even by 98, I told them now, because we are this far, you have used your money, you have used great men in the society. Let us now keep watch and pray. Let's just depend on God. In fact, one day even my father asked me, are you really normal? Because he didn't understand how that change had changed me.
Yeah.
So things started working
Okay.
after 98. And I couldn't even see even a year going or staying for a long time. No. Siku zilikuwa zinaenda haraka sana. Unastukia ni mwaka huu. We are singing now, it's December. Happy New Year. Na kidogo tena tumefika mwisho wa mwaka. So things were going that way.
Okay.
And ikifika January tunasema this is my year. Inaenda inafika tena ile ingine. Sasa wale walikuwa natarajia ni uende mwaka huu tena wanakuta ni hujaenda. Unaambia this year is not yet gone. The year is coming. Sasa unaona wanasema wewe sasa wanataka wakurudishe mwaka jana, wewe ulisema utaenda mwaka jana lakini zumuko mwaka mpya. Unamwambia this year is not gone. So na ikaenda namna hiyo. So I didn't see that span of time. Hapana. Tena wakati nimejiona na Kristo nikawa sasa niko na commitments nyingi sana kule. Na nikawa ni chairman wa kanisa. Sasa unaona yani uko na issue tungi sana. Sasa hostels are not one. In fact kama Naivasha kuna A, B, C, D, E. Na kuna hospitali na kuna ingine inaitwa reception. So ni kama blocks 7. So hizi blocks 7 sasa ukiwa chairman itabidi yani utazunguka tu ukicomfort watu yani ukitembelea watu ukifanya nini. So at least yani kama umemalizana na masaa ya serikali ya kufanya kazi ukitoka section sasa unawatembelea katika shirika zao namna hiyo. Na unakuwa sasa na wakati ya kuengage yani kama ni counseling nini mahubiri. Such programs. Sasa ukiwa busy hutaziona. Lakini nakuwa ni busy mzuri sababu yani hata saa hii ninafurahia ni matunda yale sasa nilifanya huko, wengine wao yani nakutana nao huko wakiwa ni wahubiri, wengine wanatumia salamu wakiwa ni wahubiri. Sasa nasikia mzuri. So hiyo muda si kuchukua ati ukiwa muda mrefu. Niliona tu ni muda mfupi. In fact hata wakati mwingine nikitoa ushuhuda watu kule walikuwa naona kama nacheza ama na enjoy nikiwaambia. Mimi naona tu ni kama nimekuja jana. Yani ni such hata wakati kuna wageni sababu wageni wakati mwingine wanaingia chairman labda nitawahost ama nitatoa shukrani. Sasa wakati naongea nao nawaambia sijakaa nimekuja hapa majuzi tu. Sasa nikitaja 91 tena wanaona kama ni kuenjoy na waenjoy. Lakini kwangu mimi naona ni juzi sababu yani that span of time yani sioni. Hapana. Naona tu yani today. Naona today. Na imenisaidia sana. Sababu nimekutana na watu yani unakuta mtu yani amehukumiwa leo kidogo akimaliza siku 3-4 unakuta amejinyonga sasa. Na huyu mtu hata si kifungo ya hukumu ya kifo, hata si ya maisha, labda miaka 5 na ameona hii miaka 5 ni mingi sana. Na anaenda tu namna hiyo. Hata na ile kitu nitia maoni kwa sababu niko na marafiki wakitoka wakienda hata nao yani wanakuja kuniona. Jamii nayo inakuja. Naona that attitude. Kama vile mchungaji amesema huwa wanafariji na huwa na kazi ngumu sana kule ndani. Sababu mwingine hata watu wake hawataki kumsikia. Sasa kama hata anaweza kufunguka kuambia ni kuna wengine wanaenda hata wanaambiwa huyu mtu mmetuletea lakini mrudi na yeye. Hana mahali ya kukaa hapa. Mkule sawa mtoshe lakini mkimwacha hapa kesho mtakuja mazishi. So wanakuwa na that burden. Lakini ni mzuri sababu ni sehemu yao ya kuunganisha. Kuunganisha mfungwa na mfungwa na jamii yake, mfungwa na community sababu kuna wengine yani jamii inakukubali lakini community nayo inakukataa. Wana hado yani kesi zingine mzito sana. Na ninashukuru sababu watu kama Roresha yani wameamua kusaidi na wao na kuwashikilia hata financially sababu hiyo integration unasikia ni and either you dig deep in your pocket. Sababu yani hakuna hazina maalum imewekwa na although labda ni iko kwa serikali lakini labda ni haifiki. Lakini tunasema ni kwa dakika hii ni integration vile unafanya it has a lot of challenges although it's very beautiful. Na tena si wote wanaipenda hata hiyo integration hiyo. Lakini huwa inatia watu nguvu. Sababu hata mahali unaenda hasa kama ulikuwa umeokoka hata kama yani ulikuwa umekataliwa na jamii na wasikii umeokoka na wale wachungaji waende na watie muhuri yani kwamba huyu mtu ameokoka na kulingana na vile amebadilika. Unakuta yani jamii inakukubali kwa njia rahisi na wanasema yani wacha tumpe nafasi ya pili basi tuone. Na wakiona umekaa mzuri unaenda hivyo na unakuta yani tena umekuwa hata msaada kwao. So si watu wote wanataka pia. Kuna mwingine hata akisikia unampeleka anakataa. Lakini kuna wale wako free. Sababu anataka ni kile kitu kionekana hasa umebadilika.
Samuel tumetoka kwa Samuel Daniel. Now labda you take us through how you helped integrate Samuel back to the community. Of course anatuambia familia yake ilimkubali, haikumkataa. Kuna wale ambao wanakataliwa kama venye ametaja, ama unakubaliwa na familia lakini jamii inakukataa. So if you can share with us kwa ufupi tu how you integrated him, alafu kwa wale ambao wanapata changamoto, they are not accepted immediately, what do you do?
Okay, thank you so much. This Ministry of Reconciliation is hard kwa sababu wengine wanakosea jamii na wengine wanakosea community. Lakini kwa kesi ya Kahiga ilikuwa rahisi kwangu kwa sababu tulikuwa tumejuana na hiyo familia wakati wa baba yake na wakati wa mama yake. Sasa wakati aliyoshiriwa by the way, ilikuwa on when? 16 February 2022. That time we waited for some things to be the judgment to come in full because it is online. Now we waited in full, and as we waited, we were engaging the people, the brothers and sisters who yani wale walikuwa na mtarajia kwa hamu na gamu. Na wakati aliashiriwa tu hivyo, tulisema tutaenda, aliashiriwa Friday. Sasa tulikuwa tumpeleke on Saturday. So pahali aliradi kwangu. Tukampokea pamoja na mke wangu, tukakaa na yeye na tukaita marafiki ambao walikuwa within. So tukakula na tukakunywa early in the morning. Wale watu wao tukawaita, tukaenda kwa prison chapel which is outside the prison wall, ambao sasa tulikuwa na kikao ya pamoja ya maombi na pia kusemesana ABCD vile ibada itafika kule. Wakati mtu anaachiliwa sasa kama Kahiga, tuna engage watu wao na tuna engage community through chief na tuna engage kanisa. So Kahiga alituambia, mimi nilikuwa PCA Malewa Church then, so tuka engage wase wa kanisa ili walike mchungaji akuja mpokea, though mchungaji alikuwa very busy, alitumana kwa wase. So we had tulimpokeza watu wase wa kanisa wa PCA Malewa. Now PCA Malewa ikamuhandover kwa brothers and sisters about they will take that. It is handing over from the prison department, then to the church, then to the family members, and we have a colorful service there with the family and the community at large. Alipokelewa kama mfalme, kama bibi harusi ama mwanasiasa. Although mimi ninaamini ya kwamba ukifanya kazi vizuri hakuna kukutana na mambo ya jamii kukataliwa, because we do pre-reintegration. Pre-integration mean ya kwamba huyu mtu mnafanyia integration akiwa ndani, kwa sababu unaweza enda mpigwa. Kuna wengine walienda then regime nyingine ilikuwa hapo mbele, mtu akitoka wanasema kwani ni wapi, wanapeleka kwenda huko, wanafukuzwa kwa sababu they have not done what pre-reintegration. When many of the time that I have done reintegration, I involve the chief and the ministers of the gospel, whether they are in other denomination, but I use the diary of PCA to look to who is near to that person. In the diary it is good because you can see, some like one of them, we integrated somebody from male. So after contacting the mchungaji, he was doing pastoral in that area, Gikumene. So he said that at the afternoon I will give the contact. When we talked with the family, he told me there is need for you to come to Meru to explain that, and we will help you. So the mchungaji from Meru, we went with him and we do pre-integration, because the man had killed his brother. So it was tough. We talked out for about 4 hours, and then they accepted. Mchungaji could speak in Mary, so they talked with Mary as I was interceding for them, and at long last they said, we are going to give you the suit of that man and the shoe, so that when that time comes, afaye vizuri. Afaye vizuri. Lakini wakatuonya msirete media huku. So we agreed that there is no media, we will come to bring your person. And then now he is doing good. He joined another church and he is assistant pastor.
Wow.
Yeah. Okay. So when we do things right, as according to how it should be, the smooth integration can go on. Because if the community is a problem, we could see that the male people, that thing they have, we talked with the sister to the brother, took this brother to Karen, where you live. There is a new environment, you know, hata Yesu alisema ukifukuzwa hii kijiji, hamia hiyo kingine. Lakini tukamuonya usiende kufanya madhambi. Go and be a minister of the gospel. And because alikuwa anafanya hii kazi ya tailoring, aka open a small shop ya tailoring. Now he has a family, and we thank God because of him. Yeah.
Kuja kwako because we can see on the finger you have a ring. Now ulituambia 31 years ago ulienda as Samuel alone. Maybe you can take us through that journey after you've been released from prison. What happened?
Okay. Nikiingia gerezani nilikuwa na miaka 26. So I was supposed to have married, but I had not married. Na baada ya kutoka, wacha niseme God's favor imemufu na mimi. Nikiwa ndani, baada ya kujuana na Yesu hiyo 98, favor ya Mungu sasa ikaanza kufuru mpaka sasa mahali nimefika. Na ninaamini nitaendelea tu.
Amen.
Kuna wakati nilienda nyumbani, wakati wali-integrate, nilienda nikuaya, kuna watu walikuja, watu wa Nation, wa KTN. So kuna hawa jamaa walikuja wakanifanya interview, watu watuko. Na wakaomba namba yangu ya simu. Na nikawapa. Sasa nataka kuonyesha hata wale wako kule nje, hata wale wako ndani saa hii waangalie sana, sababu God's favor inatakikana na watu wote, si watu tu wa Mungu watakutaka, ni watu tu hata wale ambao, yani favor ya Mungu ikiwa juu yako, watu wote watakutaka. Wote watakutaka. So ni baada ya kutoka nilienda na nikawa na marafiki wengi, wale wananitafuta wanasema huyu sasa ukiona ametoka jela, huyu inaonekana ni mtu mzuri. Wakawa wengi sana. Wakawa na request, yani tumefanya marafiki, tufanye marafiki. And at long last gira nikapata na msichana. Acha nimuite msichana sababu msichana. Na tukaingiana kabisa. Na sasa baada ya kuingiana hakuwa na njia nyingine. Amekubali na amenikubali vile nilivyo. Na mimi kumuona nikamkubali, na tukakaa, tukaongea, tukaelewana. So haikunichukua muda mrefu. Nimetoka mwezi wa 2. Tumejuana kitu mwezi wa 3. Kuja wa 4, wa 5, wa 6, wa 7, wa 8. Kwenda kufika mwezi wa Disemba. Sasa ikawa nimejiunga baada ya kufanya nini, by the wali integrate, ni wakanipiana kwa nyanya yangu ndiye nilikuta. Na nyanya yangu ni wa PCA. So sherehe yangu hakuna mahali pengine ingeenda kufanyikia. Sasa ilibidi ifanyikie huko kwa nyanya. Na sababu ni wa PCA, sasa host alikuwa ni watu wa PCA. na mimi baadaye sasa nikawa nimejiunga na Full Gospel, na huku ndio nimeunganishiwa December 11th.
Wow.
Last year. Na sasa hii niko nyumbani, tuko naye na tunaendelea mzuri.
Aha.
Tunaendelea mzuri.
Yeah.
Tuko sehemu za ukarao.
Congratulations.
So kwa sasa nataka kuambia tu watawala wako huko ni wasipoteze matumaini. Hapana, wasipoteze matumaini. Hata waliko ilibidi yani baada kabla hatujafanya maliza honeymoon ilibidi yani tuende gerezani, sababu yani hata hawa wakati walikuja waliniambia ni wale watu wamekudemand, wamesema wao ndio wamekufikisha mahali umefika, na asiende mahali pengine ikiwa visit ya kwanza, visit yake ya kwanza iwe ni hapa. Tukuje tumuone na tumbariki, na ikawa namna hiyo. Tukaenda na anaendelea mzuri.
Wow.
Anaitwa Rusi Wanjiko Kahiga.
Beautiful, beautiful. Congratulations.
Amen.
Tunawatakia ndoa yenye baraka.
Asante.
Na fanaka pia. Tukikuja kumalizia because muda ndio hivyo umesonga kweli. I think for me ningependa tuzungumze na watu ambao wanatutazama. Kama ni mtu maybe ako na family member kwa gerezani, and you know tukianza umesema kuna venye people in prison have been labeled, na hiyo ni ukweli. Na kuna familia nyingi ukishafungwa jela ni hivyo, inaitwa ku cut off, they don't communicate with you, wanaona kama hata kama ulikuwa ndugu hatuna ndugu tena, you know. Kwa hivyo ningependa tuzungumze na watu kama hawa ambao wanatutazama. Ama pengine ni mtu alikuwa jela ametoka, anaona maisha yake imekuwa wasted, na bado ako na ile uchungu, ama anaona kama singeenda jela ningekuwa mbali, unaona. Tuzungumze pia na mtu kama huyo. Kwa hivyo I think I'll start with you, Samu. To people who are watching us. Mtu alikuwa jela ametoka, anahisi kwamba maisha yake iko nyuma, ama familia iko na mtu jela, hawataki kumkubali, utawaambiaje?
Wacha sasa nitumie lugha ya Kiswahili ndio labda hata wale wengine ambao hawasikii hapo nasikia ile wasikie hii. Sababu ni jambo linavunja moyo wakati mwingine, na ni jambo linaweka watu katika machungu mengi hata wakati wako kule ndani. Mtu either alifanya ama hakufanya. Watu hubadilika. Nimekuwa na watu wengi hata walifanya mambo makubwa kuliko yani ya wizi tu. Watu wameua hata si mtu mmoja, watu wengi, lakini watu wanabadilika na wanakuwa watu wazuri. Na ningependa kusema kuna watu hutupa watu hata wakati wameingia kule gerezani, na kuna watu yani labda ni wanashangilia wakati watu wao wamebaki kule gerezani. Lakini kuna jambo moja linanifurahisha, ya kwamba wakati yani unafuata huyo mtu kule ndani, hata hujirudia mara mingi. Kuna wageni huwa wanatembea hata kule ndani, makanisa tofauti wakati occasions, wakati wamekuja kutembea huko, na wakati wametembea hata ule mtu hajaokoka, akiona tu hawa watu wameingia na kuja sikize vile wanafanya nini na wafurahiana wakati huo, na dakika ya mwisho waone huyo mtu hawa watu wakienda awache huko ndani, huwa mtu anabaki na maswali mengi sana. Anajiuliza kitu ya kwanza, nini imenitenganisha na hawa watu? Ile furaha tumekuwa naye, na hasa of late wacha niseme nishukuru serikali, sababu yani wameleta hiyo family day katika magereza, na hii kitu inajenga sana, sababu hata wale watu wakisikia tu fulani yuko na bado yuko hai na leo ni siku yao ya kwenda kutembea, wakitembea wanatia wale watu moyo, na hiyo kitu hata imesababisha watu wakabadilika sana. Hata hii wageni yani kuja kuleta wageni kule inaruhusu inafanya mzuri sana, ili hawa watu yani baada ya kuona mambo tofauti, akiona ule mtoto aliacha akiwa mtoto mdogo, anakuta ni huyu mtoto amekuwa sasa hizi hata si mtoto, ni mtu ameoleka na hata ako na familia yake. Sasa mawazo yale ikianza kumkoroga ndani yake, huwa anajirudia na auliza, na nini kinitenganisha na hii jamii? Na dakika ya mwisho unakuta huyu mtu ameanza kubadilika tu yeye peke yake. Lakini ukisema muache mahali pale na muache tu sababu alifanya uhalifu, badala ya kubadilika anazidi kuwa mbaya zaidi. Na utakuta labda ni hata ni kwa sababu mtu yani ametupwa na mmemchukia tu, hata labda ni wakati wa kugawa kama ni shamba ni ulikakirudi akifika kule anakuta ni hata shamba hakukajiwa, unakuta ni mtu kama huyo anaweza chukua hatua na hata akafanya madhara mengine makubwa hata kuliko yale alikuwa amefanya. So ni mzuri yani kuchukua mtu kama huyo na kuwatembelea. Jambo hilo lingine sasa niongee na wale walio ndani, ni kwa sababu kule ndani pia ni kuna mambo. Wewe usione vile uliwacha ndivyo kulivyo. Mambo ya kubadilika. Kama mimi nilikuwa nimetoka 91 na kama ningetarajia hiyo 91 kama ningekuwa nimewacha ng'ombe kama 2, ninahesabu kila mwaka yani inazaa, kila mwaka inazaa, kila mwaka inazaa. Hivyo ninatarajia nikifika ninaenda nikute yani kundi kubwa ya ng'ombe ama nikute yani nimetajirika. Na hujui hata labda ni watu wakija wanakuambia mambo yako bado inaendelea mzuri, lakini hata shamba labda huna. So ni ujikubali tu vile hali ilivyo. Ukubali ya kwamba ukitoka uko sufuri, lakini iwe ni sufuri mzuri, ni sufuri mzuri yani unaanza na Mungu ukipanda. Isiwe tu ni sufuri na ubakie pale sufuri. Hivyo kile kitu ulikuwa umeacha kule ni kwa sababu una ndugu na dada. Wewe ukiwa huko ndani kaa ukijua ya kwamba si lazima ukute vile wanakuambia. Unaenda unakuta yani mambo sio vile. Na ninashukuru ni kwa sababu ya wachungaji kutuprepare mapema yani vile utaenda ukubali hivyo. Sababu hata nao wanapata changamoto kama yule mtu alikuwa amewacha bibi, akienda akute yani labda bibi aliongeza watoto 2. Sasa unakuta yani jambo hili linakuwa ni nzito hata kwa mchungaji kama huyu. Hata kama ningekuwa nimeoa, aende akute bibi ameongeza 2, hawezi kuja kuniambia kuna watoto 2 ameongezewa katika boma. Na unaona anafaa niambie ndio yani nikitoka niende nikijua vile kuko. So mambo mengine tunaenda tunakubana naye, inakuwa wakati mwingine shock absorbers zinakuwa zimeregea. Hata kwenda kujaribu yani kufanya nini unakuta ni kutaweza. Hivyo unakuta labda yani utafanya kitendo kingine zaidi ya kile. So ni mzuri kukubali hali vile ilivyo, utaikuta ikiwa.
Okay. Asante sana. Daniel, nikupe dakika moja.
Thank you. As I add, nitasoma Hebrew chapter 13 verse 3. Continue to remember those in prison as if you were together with them in prison. Ninachukua muda huu kuwahimiza watu wale ambao wako na watu wao, ni vyema kuwatembelea gerezani, kwa sababu upendo wa Mungu ndio unaweza badilisha watu. Si pingu wala mafasi wala muda ule watakaa pale, lakini ukiwaonyesha upendo, everything respond to love. So ningewasihi kama jamii iko na mtu wenu gerezani, ninawasihi mwende muone. Na ninashukuru hata pia kanisa la PCA kwa sababu wameintroduce TE, na hiyo TE iko katika majira kama 13, sababu tunaonanaga na director. Na nishukuru pia PCA Rolesho kwa kunituma pale Naivasha GK Prison. Kwa hiyo kazi ambao mnafanya si kazi ya bure. The work of the Lord is not in vain. Mtalipwa na Mungu atawabariki. Wale wako gerezani, ni wakati wa kujirudia. Kama ulitenda ama haukutenda, ni wakati wa kujirudia, ili Mungu wetu aweze kutumia watu kama vile alitumia watu kumsaidia ndugu yetu Kahiga. Hata nyinyi Mungu anawapenda, na pia hata kama kanisa tunawapenda, na tungeomba kwamba wakati mnatoka kwamba mtakuwa na kukubaliwa tena. There is no power of rejection for those who are in Christ Jesus. May God bless you.
Amen. Thank you so much for coming today. Asante sana Samu kwa kukuja.
Asante.
Being very open to share with us your story. And I think for me nafurahia kuona jinsi ambavyo Mungu anafanya kazi ndani yako na anakutumia hadi kusaidia wengine. Kwa hivyo barikiwa sana. Evangelist Daniel, keep doing the good work of the Lord. I can imagine it is not easy. That at any point you can decide and let it go, but you're here just seeing lives being transformed, and may the Lord also strengthen you. And that is all we had for you today right here on Kirk Mid Morning. Thank you so much for tuning in. Do share this episode with as many people as possible that you come across, those members or relatives in prison, those who are out of prison. Do share with them as well, just to strengthen them and encourage them as well. My name is Faith Kaulu. I'm ending the program right here, but do not go too far, because Vincent Kerosi is part, as well as part of the Kirk TV team. My fellow colleagues are in Kibra area, where we witnessed violence yesterday night. So they're in Karanja area. They have had visited PCA Kibra and Masjid Al Aqsa Mosque as well, where dialogue is happening, and the National Council of Churches of Kenya is trying to engage the community to just bring peace and see that, what can I say, peace has been witnessed in the area, because yesterday night things were so bad. So Kerosi will be bringing us up to speed on what is happening, so do not go too far. I'm ending the program here, but he'll be joining us live from Kibra. My name is Faith Kaulu. Keep watching Kirk TV. Goodbye.